Today, we're speaking with George Chasiotis, Managing Director at MINUTTIA, which helps B2B SaaS companies accelerate organic growth through data-driven content marketing and SEO. He is also the host of the SaaS SEO Show, a platform for meaningful connections and honest conversations with people who are real, hardworking practitioners and high performers in the SaaS industry.
I'm the managing director at MINUTTIA. We are an organic growth acceleration agency for B2B SaaS companies, software companies, and we help those companies basically achieve growth and accelerate things organically through content marketing and SEO. Before that, I was a marketing consultant. Before that, I was a freelancer, and after many iterations, many failures, some wins along the way, and many learnings, I am here today, and I'm having this awesome conversation with you.
What are some examples of your favorite websites right now?
So I believe that one of the things that most websites don't pay as much attention to nowadays is experience, and basically trying to create a memorable experience for someone who visits your website for the first time. And so I would say that you can achieve that by having a very unique design, colors, and everything around how you present yourself to people who may have heard of you before, but also may haven't heard of you, and they have landed on your website for the first time. You should care about it as a SaaS company, because SaaS has reached a very high level of commoditization, which means that every SaaS in every category kind of look like every other SaaS in this category. So if you want to stand out, you have to do things differently. And a great example that I really like when it comes to how the website is structured, the colors, even how they name the blog, is Loom. Okay, we all know Loom. We all, I guess, use Loom. And as you can see here, one of the first things that you can see once you land on their main blog page is the title. They don't call it blog, okay, Loom's blog or whatever. They call it the transcript, okay? And that for me is powerful, because it shows me that, okay, these guys do not see their blog as just another blog. They see it kind of as a publication, as I understand it, okay? So they give it a name because they don't see it as a blog. And you can see right away, very beautiful colors and very beautiful aesthetics that stand out. It's a very visually appealing blog. I really like the images here. They really stand out and make you remember it after you leave the website. And one thing that I also like about Loom's blog and the way they do things is that they give emphasis to people, okay? So for example, for the first blog, okay, I will see that, this is the title, but what also stands out, besides the CTA and this little illustration here on the right, is the name and the title of the person who has written the blog post, okay? And if you get inside this blog post, I really like the how I would say everything is structured. It could be structured a bit better in the sense that, for example, the paragraphs could be a bit bigger, or anything like that, and images could sit a bit better in the blog. But overall, I really like the aesthetics of it. And for example, this one, I don't know if you can see it, but I will remember it. Like, I will remember these colors after I leave this blog. And now that I think about it, maybe I will share it with my designer as well, because we are doing a complete brand overhaul. So maybe we will get something from this website. So I would say that in general, creating memorable experiences is what stands out, especially in SaaS nowadays. And I see examples like the one that I just shared by Loom to inspire me and to help us, deliver more value to our clients.
What are some of the positive trends that you're seeing with websites this year?
if you take the traditional SaaS marketing, let's say playbook, or SaaS con marketing playbook, to be more specific, we have, in most cases, we have two content types that dominate, let's say, con marketing strategies in almost every category. And these are, we do content that's product focused. People also refer to it as product marketing. And we do content that's created for a search audience. People refer to this type of content as SEO content or SEO friendly content. Essentially describe the same thing. Content that's created for a search engine user, for a search audience, okay? But we feel that doing that, there is nothing wrong, first of all, with doing that. And as a matter of fact, you should do it as a part of a holistic content marketing strategy. But I would say that if you really want to stand out, and if you want to make a difference, and if you want to stand out in a sea of I would say sameness, because like most SaaS look like every other SaaS company out there in their category, you should consider the third content type, which is what we call and refer to as original content. And original content, I have some examples that I'd like to share with you. Includes things like surveys. For example, we have here a survey by SEMrush, which is an SEO software. And the title reads, "How Search Savvy Are Americans?" I don't know about you, even though I'm not an American, I would love to know how search savvy are Americans. And by the way, they haven't gone, and surveyed like 10,000 people. I would assume that they surveyed somewhere around 1,000 people. Okay, 1,068 Americans. That's it. And now they have a piece of content that's linkable, that's shareable, and that has something to say. It's unique, okay? Another one, this is by SaaS company, once again, Zippy, and this is a data study, okay? We studied 81,000 page titles. Google rewrote 61% of them. Really? Why? Like, I would like to know. Can you please explain why this happens? And by the way, we happen to be a SaaS, a software as a service solution that can help you with your page titles, okay? And this is powerful. And the point here is that you don't have to go on and analyze a data set of, 81,000 page titles or whatever. You can start small, but you can start small with something that is important to your target audience, okay? Another one, by MINUTTIA. It was written by myself. What we call contrarian and controversial piece of content, where you take a contrarian approach, and where everyone says that SEO is great, and this is how you should structure your SEO, and this is how you can build a great SEO strategy. We say that your SEO strategy hurts your brand. Here's why. And if you wonder if this works, I can assure you that we see that, and our prospects let us know about it in the calls that we have, that I was reading a blog post of yours, and it seems that our approach and your approach is aligned. So we thought, we should reach out and have a chat. Okay. Of course, there is a little caveat here that you need to really know your stuff. You really need to know what you're talking about. Otherwise, it's very easy for people to call you out, okay? Because if I didn't know what I'm talking about here, people would come and just say, no, this isn't, what hurts my brand. I'm not here to argue with anyone that SEO content is important, but we see very often nowadays that Google starts to favor perspective over SEO best practices. And we have here a simple query, learn how to code. I want to learn how to code. And obviously, there are some, blog posts with ways, learn to code, or even some videos, how to start coding, the ultimate guide for beginners. That's great. That's fantastic, okay? But we also see a result by TechCrunch that you can see here. Please don't learn to code. It was written back in 2016. And if you think about it, you would like, why is a piece of content like that rank for, why does it rank when people want to learn how to code? Well, it includes perspective, and perspective is something that we will see more and more often as things evolve in organic search. And I would like to thank Bernard Huang from ClearScope for sharing this example.
What are some trends that you're ready to see end this year for websites?
Specifically for blogs, we used to have this anchor, let's say, that the blog post has to be, especially if the content type was SEO, the blog post has to be more than 2,000 words, okay? And this was, like, I would say, mistakenly adapted and even embraced by the SEO and content community due to some studies, correlation studies that, by the way, do not prove causation, that were conducted many years ago, okay, that the average search result in the top 10 of Google is more than 2,000 words. And then people took that, and you could see it in editorial guidelines and so on and so forth. And the blog post has to be 2,000 words. Well, guess what? This doesn't mean anything. Having a blog post that exceeds 2,000 words doesn't mean that this piece of content serves its purpose. And at the same time, it doesn't indicate that this is a piece of content that has high quality, okay? And something that we often forget, it incentivizes it this way, having a benchmark, let's say like this, you incentivize the writer or the service provider towards the wrong direction, because what are they going to do, especially if they charge you by the word count? Like, they are going to push the word count upwards, okay, so that they can charge you more. I think that and let's not forget that with AI, you cannot even get into the battle of words, because you can just get out like thousands of words in just a single day. So I would say that this is a trend that I feel starts getting to an end. We should stop thinking about words, and we should start thinking about experiences, as I mentioned previously, and be very clear about what is the objective. If you can serve the purpose of the piece and reach your objective with a 500 word blog post, just go on and do it, as we saw earlier by Loom. You don't have to have these benchmarks and these anchors. I think that, and at the same time, if you think about it, who has the time nowadays to consume such a piece of content? I think that this is something that we are close to an end. And I would say that I see it more and more often.
What are some of your favorite tooling or software for websites right now?
I would say that one tool that kind of made me rethink our approach with regards to some of our processes, and at the same time kind of opened my eyes, is SparkToro. We use SparkToro. I don't know if you know it, but we use SparkToro mainly for research purposes, in order to in the audience research phase, in order to define the audience, try to understand what kind of words these people include in their bio on social media, what kind of publications they follow, what kind of podcasts they listen to, and so on and so forth. And so this gives you a very granular view of whom you're trying to reach.
Lastly, just wanted to give you a chance to promote your work. Give a plug to any B2B SaaS company looking to accelerate organic growth through data-driven content marketing and SEO.
So several call to actions. First of all, I would love people to visit our blog and read content that you will not find in most agency websites. We do studies, we break down case studies and work that we have done for our clients in very much detail. And in general, as I mentioned, you will read content that you will not read and find in other agency websites. Then definitely take a look at and subscribe to our YouTube channel, where we upload the video version of every episode of the SaaS SEO Show, which is a weekly show podcast where I interview the brightest minds of the industry and have conversations around content marketing and SEO specifically for SaaS companies. And obviously you can find the audio version of every episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and every other major podcast platform. And Obviously, if you want to connect with me personally, feel free to, the best place to do that would be on LinkedIn. I try to be very active there. And yeah, I'd love to chat. And so feel free to connect.